Straight tonight up against his former squad, the Redskins. That's a Thursday night football matchup. You can see it right here on NFL Network. This is Good Morning Football. Schrager, Brandt, O'Hara.
And Adam. Morning.
Good morning, Hall of Famer in all of our hearts.
Yes. There's Hall of Famers everywhere.
You're a Hall of Fame movie reference giver.
Doctor, over there in Schrags. Love your work, buddy.
Fantastic segment with the trade.
I'm a scientist, not a doctor.
Well, that's right.
Scientist.
Don't you get you don't get a doctorate in that?
Mr. Tradenstein.
Time.
I went to the Bahamas to get my degree.
Hey.
For the lead block.
Please.
Let's do it. A little TNF preview for you. Let's go to Tom Pelissero. He's live in Minneapolis this morning. Tom, earlier in the show, you told us that Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen is out tonight with a hamstring injury. How will this change the Redskins' defensive game plan? Thielen's a guy who has 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games when they've been on this offensive roll.
Okay, everything with stopping the Vikings offense starts with trying to stop the NFL's leading rusher, Dalvin Cook, who Redskins interim coach Bill Callahan said this week is one of the finest backs that he's seen come through the league. Pursuit has been a huge emphasis in practice for Washington because, as Callahan said, you have to have a heightened awareness with a guy who has that skill set that he is going to be alive on every cut. Now, certainly with Adam Thielen out, you would think the Redskins now can pay more attention to taking away Stephon Diggs. Vikings had to deal with that last week after Thielen got injured in the first quarter of that game. You saw the tight end step up. Kyle Rudolph and Irv Smith Jr. both had productive days. And a name that America's going to get introduced to tonight, I'm going to keep saying it because I know Schrager loves it, Olabisi Johnson, 7th-round draft pick out of Colorado State. He's ascended to becoming the Vikings' number 3 receiver, 13 catches over the past 4 games, and just scored his first touchdown last week against the Lions.
Tom, dropping some knowledge this morning. How about running back Adrian Peterson making his return to Minnesota for the first time as a Washington Redskin? What can you tell us about his status for tonight?
Well, I texted with Adrian Peterson on Tuesday, and at that point he said already his sprained ankle was night and day different from how he had been feeling on Monday. He was confident he'd be ready to go. Now, the Redskins yesterday listed Peterson officially as questionable for this game, so I circled back with him. Peterson said, "I'm still feeling good." I asked him, does that mean you're going to tape it up? You're going to take a shot? Peterson replied simply, "and bite down." He has played with a lot of pain through the course of his career. And you would think if there were ever a game you've got the adrenaline to make some of that pain go away, it's this one against the team that Peterson spent the first decade of his career with. Still the Vikings' all-time leading rusher. Dalvin Cook just needs another 10,000 yards or so to catch up with him. This is also, of course, a role reversal for the quarterbacks. Last time these teams played in 2017, it was Kirk Cousins for the Redskins against Case Keenum and the Vikings. Minnesota won that one.
Everyone's looking at that quarterback matchup. I'm super excited to see Adrian Peterson out there going up against his former squad for just the second time. But last time, Dalvin Cook wasn't a thing. Now you have the guy, a young kid, who's leading the league in rushing on the other side. And I'm sure it'll bring back memories of that 2012 MVP season. He was the last non-quarterback to win MVP. Thank you so much, Tom Pelissero. We'll talk to you all day long here on Good Morning Football leading up to kickoff. It's Kirk Cousins trying to make a statement. His first showdown with his former team, Adrian Peterson, is looking to lead Washington to victory here. It's Redskins, it's Vikings tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network, on Fox, and streaming on Prime Video. We've been talking about it all week long. The Vikings look hot. They're winners of 3 straight. Check out Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Stephon Diggs, and Adam Thielen, who is out, and how they rank in the NFL in their respective categories since Week 5. Look, they're all top 2 in the game. Sean, what player, aspect of the team, what's going to be the key to the Vikings extending this victory streak to 4?
Yeah, okay, we're all focusing on the quarterback, and Kirk Cousins is doing great with play-action pass game. You know what has to happen in order for you to have an effective play-action passing game? You got to run the football.
That's right.
Dalvin Cook, you just talked about him. I think he's been phenomenal. He's been the key to this. We heard Mike Zimmer talk last year about we're going to run the damn football. John DeFilippo ousted. Kevin Stefanski in. They're running the ball, but how about this right here, all right? This, I thought, should have been a part of the angry runs, Kyle.
Okay.
All right, watch this run right here, all right? This is just a zone run. Watch what he does to this safety right here coming up to make this tackle. Now, he didn't stiff arm him. He didn't bush him, but I mean, he basically runs through this tackle right here, bounces off him. Did you call him Sonic the Hedgehog the other day?
No, but I
runs
agree
like
he is.
him.
Sure, he's getting all the coins.
Look at him tear it up. All right, should have been on any runs. This is his other ploy to get on Good Morning Football right here. Okay. What are we starting to show off with? The lead block. This is 843 lead draw. All right, it's all about the lead block by the fullback.
My man C.J. Ham? Is that my man C.J. Ham?
Yeah, look at that block right there. Look at him bounce this ball to the outside. So, look, Dalvin Cook, he's doing a great job. Look at him saying right there, hey, I want an A block, boys. There it is right there. That's him laughing. I think Dalvin Cook, when you look at what he's doing, it's not just in between the tackles. Look, they've overcome some shoddy offensive line play early on. Garrett Bradbury, the center, he's learning his lumps as a rookie, but he's got the ability to bounce it outside. So what would normally be a 3 or 4 yard gain now is a big play for them.
500-yard games this season, the most in the NFL.
And he leads the league in rushing, and is considered maybe the best running back in football. And yet I go back to what Tom Pelissero was talking about. Let's talk about my boy B.C. Johnson.
All right.
Ola B.C. Johnson out of Colorado State. Welcome to the NFL, pal. Chad Beebe's not going to be a guy in his own. Treadwell's not. It's going to be Ola B.C. Johnson, Colorado State kid, Nigerian descent, has been in the Vikings organization for a couple of years. When someone goes down and then it's a primetime game, someone ultimately has to step up. And if it's on Ola B.C. Johnson's shoulders, we might as well get to know the kid, because he's going to have his moments tonight. He's going to have his targets. He had a great combine a couple of years ago, and he's bounced around. He played last year against Denver in a game and had an effort there. But I think this might be one of those moments where it's like, young man, you've been playing football your entire life, national audience, go have a day. This Redskins pass defense has given up a lot of passing yards, and last week was in the rain, whatever. I think Ola B.C. Johnson could have a little coming out party. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, learn up. You're going to be talking about Ola B.C. Johnson. Tom Pelissero, thank you for the hat tip.
You're the one who told us about Marquez Valdez.
Yeah.
Is Ola B.C. Johnson the new guy?
The new one.
This is not a new guy, but look, with respect to Ola B.C. Johnson, I think Stephon Diggs is going to put on a show tonight. I think this is the game that Stephon Diggs is born to play, specifically because Thielen is out. Stephon Diggs has never played a game without Adam Thielen on the team, on the field. And no matter how good a duo may be, you might be able to admit that we're better together. But everybody in the duo kind of dreams about that moment where it's about me. You can't tell me that if you went to Ed McCaffrey and said, Ed, Rod's not going to go tonight, Ed would be like, let's go. If you're going to tell Andre Reed, James Lofton is out, it's on me. If you're going to go to Ashley Olsen on the set of Passport to Paris and say, Mary Kate pulled out, she's not in the movie, Ashley will say, let's go. And I think Stephon Diggs is a star. I think he has a star personality. I think he's going to do big things as the solo act without Thielen. I think there's going to be a massive, very colorful celebration tonight involving Diggs. And especially, guys, if he's going against Josh Norman. Josh Norman has been banged up, but he is the quote-unquote star corner for the Redskins. We had Darrell Green yesterday. Like, the face of the franchise, played the same position. We asked him about Josh Norman, and he didn't apologize for him. He said he hasn't had it. He has not been that guy.
Got covered.
If ever to get it back, Norman versus Diggs, I would love to see that, but I have a feeling Stephon Diggs is going to be a superstar tonight.
Vikings
awesome.
undefeated at home. They're 3-0. We'll see if they can keep it up. Not a lot of room for error in the NFC North. More Good Morning Football ahead.